Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my fiancée, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is February 20th, 1998.
Yeah, that means Valentine's Day was a whole week ago now.
Yes. Are you? That's a weird thing to say.
I don't know. I'm just
Christmas was a whole 2 months ago, Carol.
What's the next thing we got coming up here? St. Patrick's Day?
Yes. St. Patty's Day. We can watch another Leprechaun movie.
Oh, God. No. Never, ever again.
What a terrible, terrible idea that was.
Yeah.
And it was yours.
Yeah, it happened.
Leprechaun in space.
Well, this episode of 90210 is full of terrible ideas.
Oh, my God. This episode of 90210 is full of terrible ideas, full of terrible acting, full of terrible characterizations.
It really was not good.
Lost in Las Vegas.
I mean, as fun as that sounds, it wasn't fun.
To get lost in Lost, yeah, it sounds really fun.
I mean, anything...
Wake up in the middle of a desert.
Anything having to do with Vegas is usually pretty fun.
That's true.
Even getting lost.
You know what they call it? Lost wages.
What? Oh, because of the gambling.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Right. So
tell that joke to your dad. He'll love it. Everyone listening out there. Not your dad, Carol.
I was gonna say
you need a Ouija board for that.
Little late for that. No. So David decides he wants to take everybody to Las Vegas on him,
and by he's paying for it.
Yeah,
they're not going to Las Vegas on him. He's gonna get on all fours. Pony ride to Las Vegas, everybody. Climb on my back.
Oh my God. Okay, it's his treat.
And by everyone, she means Steve, Claire, and Valerie.
Well, no, he invited everybody. They just didn't all come.
That's true. Well, no one came this weekend.
No, nobody.
Brandon decides to stay home alone.
Because he's excited to have the house to himself.
Yeah.
What a dull stick in the mud he is.
This is the same guy that wanted to stay home on Halloween and pass out raisins with his family.
Right?
And then Kelly and what's his name?
Matt? Mark
Reese.
Mark Reese.
They decide to, I don't know, fuck in the control room of the
studio. But they don't, because they're not fucking. That's very clear.
They're not having sex, I guess.
They were making out.
And then Donna decides to sit home by the phone and leaf through a magazine until she's needed on set.
She says she has a lot of studying to do.
Right.
I assume that she just doesn't want to spend a whole weekend with Crazy David in Las Vegas.
Crazy David. Crazy old Maurice.
Right. Because, I mean, he is very much, gone over the deep end at this point.
Oh, yeah. This dude's he's everywhere, man.
I mean, okay, he's an adult. And, they're not responsible for him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how he's behaving, I feel like should be a big, bat signal that he needs help, and maybe they shouldn't be like, sure, pay for my weekend in Las Vegas.
All right.
Maybe they should be like, hey, let's go talk to a doctor, Dave.
Dr. Dave. David Silver, abducted by prostitutes? The Joker?
I mean, he already had a threesome with the Marys. I guess he thought his luck was back.
Yeah. But anyway, so they go to Las Vegas, and I guess we'll start with that storyline.
They drive to Las Vegas from Los Angeles, which is not that far.
No, it's about 3 hours.
And he's got a really nice car. I think that was the car his grandpa left him, yeah.
It's the one that his grandpa gave him after he died.
And no, I don't think this is as bad as they made it out to be.
Oh, my God.
But I would have been freaking out. I would have been crying. I would not want him to do it. But
in a convertible, it's a little different, too.
Because of the wind?
Yeah, and if you roll over, I mean, there's no protection. Right. You're fucking stuff on a sidewalk at that point.
God, I didn't even think about that. But he decides to go super duper fast. He's like, hey, everybody, let's see.
Yes, the car on the odometer, it says 10 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, super duper fast.
Shut up. He gets it all the way up to 100, but
100 miles an hour. If he were in a DeLorean, he would have already been back in 1955.
Right? He's just like, oh, everybody strap in. Let's see what the car can do. And everybody's like, okay, cool.
There's a quick montage of everyone clicking their seatbelts, which I guess, I don't know if the FCC was like, we need this to pass the safety boards or whatever. Right. Have you ever been up to 100 miles an hour?
I don't think so. I would be too scared.
I have photographic evidence that I was up to 100 miles an hour.
How do you get photographic evidence of that?
With a camera, a little Instamatic camera.
While you were driving at 100 miles an hour, you took a picture?
Yes.
Are you fucking crazy?
You know where it was too? On the way to Las Vegas.
Of course it was. But I mean, that's the only place that would be safe. In the middle of the desert with no other cars around.
Well, actually, I was in Nebraska.
Okay.
Where I was on Interstate 80.
Ooh, see, that's not as safe. You were on a...
Why?
Because, like, I'm assuming you're in cornfields. Like, You think there's nobody there, but a tractor could go pulling out of there at any moment. You'd never know because you can't see it because of the corn.
Oh, my God.
I mean, a desert, you can see for miles and miles and miles.
You sound like a little child. Have you never driven on a freeway in the middle of the Midwest? That's not...
I have. We live in the Midwest.
That's not how it happens, Carol. You don't just... Like, tractors don't just lumber out from the cornfields like, yeah, we're just going to cross this fucking 4-lane highway and assume everything's going to be fine.
But I mean, like, it's corn. Like, that's not... It's not as safe.
Like it's a monster. It's corn.
It's children of the corn, okay? They're going to get you. No, I mean, seriously, like, it makes sense to me to do it in the desert. It does not make sense to me to do it in the cornfields.
Let me explain to you how. Actually, you have driven with me to Las Vegas. I don't understand how you don't remember this. But
what the cornfields look like? I do.
In Nebraska and Iowa, on Interstate 80. So you're going down, right? And there's corn on one side, there's corn on the other side. There's a giant fence. Like a big barbed wire fence, big fence.
Okay.
Fenced off the entirety of the corn.
Sure.
No tractors are coming out of there.
Okay, maybe not
Nothing
a tractor.
coming out of there.
But a car could be, because like there are other, roads that lead out to the freeway, and a car could come out in front of you, and you wouldn't see it coming.
There are exits and entrances, and you do see them coming. It's not like it's not like a fucking chute where it's just like, here's a tunnel through the corn, and cars are just like zipping out of there. That's not how it works.
Oh my goodness.
The on-ramps are long and winding, and you see them. But the point is, the roads are very straight, and there's usually not much traffic at all.
I would hope there'd be no traffic if you're going that fast.
So it was easy to get up to 100 miles an hour.
Was there no traffic, or just not much traffic?
I think there was no traffic. I don't remember.
You should remember. That kind of shit should be burned in your brain for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like when tractors pull out of fucking corn tunnels.
It happens, just not on a freeway, okay?
Carol's just driving down a dusty old country road.
Exactly.
Tractor starts coming out of the cornfield and she's like, ah!
It happened, okay?
What the fuck? I think you saw the movie Maximum Overdrive too many times.
I've never seen that movie at all.
It's terrible. The cars come to life.
Oh my goodness. So they do arrive in Las Vegas in one piece, despite...
Maximum Overdrive was directed by Stephen King. It's based on a Stephen King short story. It was directed by Stephen King. The assistant director on that movie.
Stephen King?
Nothing like fucking stepping right fucking on a joke.
Sorry. Yeah?
Forget it. Just
No, I want to know your punchline. I'm sorry.
The assistant director on that movie? Cocaine.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Sorry. You know you love me.
Go ahead.
With what?
They get there in one piece. With what? What do you think we're doing?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
This is what happens when we record at 10:18 p.m.
Wow, what a late time.
Right?
Why don't you write us what time you thought she was going to say? This is not a 10:18 attitude. This is like a 4 a.m. mindset that you're bringing to this tape.
And you're welcome. Anyway. Whew, they get to Las Vegas. They check into the casino. And he has this huge suite for just him and Valerie. Like, everybody else he's put in other rooms.
Yeah, it's a giant candy bar.
But, what?
See?
What the fuck?
You look so confused and worried. Did you think that there was something wrong with me? Because never think that. Oh, it's always something wrong with you. You said he's got this huge suite. And I said, yeah, it's a giant candy bar.
What is wrong with you?
What? Right now, I can breathe. And my face isn't turning 4 shades of purple. So there's nothing wrong with me.
I think he's trying to kill me. Did you take out a life insurance policy as soon as we got engaged?
Yeah, it covers, it covers comedy-related deaths. Asphyxiation due to laughter at your own ridiculousness.
Okay, so...
Trying to do a serious show here.
Right.
Oh my God, none of this has been recording.
You're fucking with me.
Yes.
Although that might have been a good thing.
No, you be the judge. Late fee 1994 at AOL.com. Should we have recorded this?
Okay, so he checks into this big suite, not a candy bar.
No, S-I-S.
UI.
Yes.
Jeez, Lou.
Oh my God. You're seriously, you spent the last 5 minutes dying, not being able to talk, and you're going to bring judgment to me?
Yep.
S-U-I-T-E.
Very good. You get a gold star.
Okay. He's got a big suite.
I don't understand why he didn't just have Steve and Claire in the suite. She said there's more than one bedroom.
Because she wants to fuck Valerie.
But can't he fuck Valerie and just close the door to their bedroom?
Well, I think if he had been nice, he would have done that.
Huh?
Do I agree with you so infrequently that when I finally do, you're confused?
Oh, you think it would have been nice of him to have Steve and Claire stay in the suite?
Yes, that thing you said.
I was just thinking it made more economic sense. I wasn't thinking about it being nice for them.
Okay. Well, the suite's probably nicer. Had a nice sectional with a chaise.
What the hell does chaise?
It's a thing that you can lay down on.
Interesting.
It's part of a couch that's long and you can lay down on it.
It's long and you can lay down on it, huh? Sounds fun.
Wow.
So the room that Steve and Claire are staying in
Uh-huh.
is room 3003.
Yeah. Which, of course, is a reference to Faking the Moon Landing by Stanley Kubrick.
It is. What?
No. That's what people say about The Shining sometimes. Room 213 or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's some conspiracy that people have about the moon landing and stuff.
So, there was some other 3 thing, and then,
3003. He kissed her neck 3 times.
Well, that was later, but yeah. And he tipped $3.
Three's his... Yeah. Nice job, Steve. Three's his favorite number or something like that, too. So Steve has 3 testicles.
So she gets convinced that, this is, their number. She has a hunch, and her hunches are always right, and they got to go bet this money.
So she bets $3 on roulette on 3.
And loses.
Yep.
And then she's so pissed off. She's like, that can't be. Something's wrong. This isn't okay.
This is a hunch. All my hunches are...
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck?
She's having a little temper tantrum. It's have you never lost at a casino before? Because that's not how it goes.
Right. She's really weird.
She is weird. So they go back to the room and she's pouting and, just ruminating.
What's our room number?
On this. And then, he's like, 3003. And she's like, No. The 3003.
And he's like, yeah, it's the same fucking thing, you moron.
Right? But for some reason to her, then it's the double zeros, and that's what clicks in her brain.
So she goes down to roulette, and she bets $3 on 00 and wins.
Does that pay more than if you bet on a regular number?
No.
So it's the same as hitting anything else?
Correct.
Huh. I don't know why I always thought it was a bigger deal. Is there something that's a bigger deal?
No.
Why?
In life? Than hitting on a roulette? No,
table.
that's the pinnacle of human existence. Is hitting a number in roulette.
No, I mean, okay, they have, you can bet red or black or even or odd, and you can bet certain sections of the table and all those numbers.
The thing that pays the most is a single number bet.
Is that more or less than 00?
It's the same.
Okay. Why did they make it special?
What are you talking about? Why did they make what special?
00 and 0. They're off to their side.
Don't.
They're a different color. It is special.
0 and 00 exist so that the casino has an advantage in the game.
Really?
Yes.
What assholes?
They're not so special anymore, huh?
They're evil. Oh, is it true that all the numbers on the roulette board?
Oh my God.
Sorry, but you have to see the face that he's making.
It's the same face you're making right now, listener. Listening to her. I mean, what the fuck? Your hair, you look like the Bride of Frankenstein right now. With the way your hair has been pushed up. Because she lost her headphones and haphazardly put them back on.
And I'm going to leave it just for you.
You look like a poodle that stuck its head out the window.
You're mean.
Anyway. Yes, it's true that all the numbers add up to 666. I assume that's what you were going to ask.
Yeah. That's so fucking weird.
I guess. But anyway, it pays 35 to 1.
Yeah, so...
But there are 37 numbers on the roulette wheel if you add 0 and 00. Meaning you can't, if you bet $1 on every single one of the numbers, you would lose $2 every single roll.
Okay.
You'd only lose $2. You'd be betting $37, but you would be guaranteed to lose $2 on every roll.
Yeah, then there's definitely no point in doing that.
Or actually, I guess you'd only lose $1 because you keep the dollar that on the winning thing.
Right.
So you would lose $34 and you would win $35.
So that
No.
then you'd be up.
No, you'd I'm sorry. I forgot about 0 and 00. You would lose $36 and you'd gain $35. So you'd lose $1 in every single roll.
So
Or
they
spin.
So they go down and she wins on 0-0 3 times.
$105 because she's only betting $3.
Yeah.
And then this dude's like, well, I'm going to get down on what you're doing. And he bets $200 and they win again. And Steve's like, we should bet more. And she's like, no, it's got to be 3.
Yeah.
And then she bets $3 again. They win again. Guy bets $200 again, wins again. So that's $14,000. Dude just won.
He should have given them some of that money.
I agree.
Like, that seems rude.
Why even have that character there?
Yeah. I know. That's what I was thinking, too, when they're walking away. I'm like, why didn't they use that?
Yeah. What you paid all that money for someone to speak a couple lines.
Right.
For what? And then the croupier, the dealer, the roulette dealer is like, I'll tell you what, ma'am. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. A number coming up 3 times in a row? What is this, your first week?
I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah, so have I.
It's not that big a deal.
It's not. He's a fool.
I guess, like, maybe they don't gamble much in the writer's room there in Beverly Hills.
I guess not. They gamble that we're going to be able to fucking sit through this dreck they're writing.
Right? So, yeah, so they won like $300 total.
Yeah, and then they gave a tip to the dealer.
Yeah. And then she said, let's go drink our money.
Yeah, essentially, even though alcohol is free in Las Vegas.
But she wanted to try some, like, fancy thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, fancy things cost more in Vegas.
And in the meantime, David has to gamble $10,000 to get this suite comped.
That's what he says. It never comes back, so who knows?
Well, I'm assuming he did gamble $10,000.
I guess.
Before he had
$75 a hand on this blackjack, you know?
Before he had his temper tantrum. Because he lost and he wanted to go try another casino.
This casino sucks.
Like, none of these people know how to lose in a casino. Like, you know,
Right.
just fucking have some class, people.
Exactly.
But Valerie was trying to get some.
Yeah, she was.
And David's just like, I want to go gamble. Like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you bring her and put her up in your room?
She was like, we can have some fun in the room and then go gamble.
Right.
And he's like, nah, I'm going to go gamble.
He's like, you coming?
She's like, no, obviously not.
No, but she does. Now, he's obviously, like, fucking manic as hell right now.
Yeah, I know someone else who is too.
Hey, that's not nice.
Okay.
Or true,
Sure.
by the way.
Wow, you look offended.
Well, you're insinuating that I am mentally ill when I am not mentally ill. Well, not in that particular way.
I was going to say.
Okay.
Wait a
Okay.
second now.
All right. I am.
Wait a second.
But I don't have manic depression.
No, you don't.
I just got a little excited.
Scientists are still trying to determine what you have.
Right? Anyway. You've derailed me.
I'm sorry. Let me re-rail you.
Later. So David
Gets pissed and wants to go to another casino.
yeah. And on the way, they run into he runs into
I was going
two
to say, he
Yeah.
is one person.
Yeah, because Valerie's like, no, I'm tired, I'm going to our room.
Yeah.
He runs into 2 ladies outside while they're trying to get a cab, and he invites them to join him. Why, David? Why? You have Valerie up in your room right now. If you want to get some, go get some from the girl that's not going to charge you, because these 2 are obviously pros.
All right.
And, I mean, I think, like, he was just cashing in on his prior luck because he had a threesome with the Marys.
I guess.
So he's like, oh, of course, I'm magical, and I can get threesomes anywhere I want. So he's like, yes, it's Vegas. I'm getting a threesome.
That's right. If he drove down a Iowa highway, there would be a threesome of tractors just emerging from the corn.
Oh, shut up. But I mean, like, anybody could see he's being set up. It's so obvious, but, you know, he's out of his mind and very drunk.
Yeah, absolutely. He was hammered.
So they're like, hey, let's go back to our hotel and have some fun first. Like,
Yeah.
why are you leaving the hotel you have a suite in to go have some fun?
I don't know.
Like, get it together, David. But he goes with them, and they drug the shit out of him and rob him. They even took his pants.
Yeah, they took his clothes. They took his cash, his credit cards.
They left his wallet lying open to the picture of Donna.
Right. They're like, oh, I always love to think about how they're going to explain themselves when they're all in their underwear and stuff. This must be his sweetie.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, the whole situation with Donna is fucked up.
Yeah, and why does he have the picture of her from the opening of the show in his wallet?
Well, I mean, that's not weird. They knew each other, like, you know.
I'm just saying it's because it's the picture from the opening of the show. That's what's weird.
Mm. Wait, you mean the opening of this season, or?
I don't know why that matters.
Well, because I thought you were saying it was an old picture. But now I'm wondering if you're just commenting.
I'm commenting on how weird it is that it's from the opening of the show. An event that in the mythology of the show shouldn't have taken place. I mean, is David like, oh, this is from the credit sequence that we shot.
Got it. Okay. So, he is lost in Las Vegas, the title of the episode.
Yep.
All passed out. And luckily, you know, he wakes
Meets
up.
an old woman who's keeping birds.
What?
It's the Home Alone 2 Lost in New York reference.
Oh. No, but like when he wakes up, luckily he wakes up. Like he was in major danger of not waking up.
He was in major danger.
Because they said like, oh, he passed out faster and harder than anybody else. And
Right.
the one's like, oh, he had a head start.
Is this information that's going to come back later? No.
Nope.
Just like everything else in the episode, no.
Yeah, it's weird. Because, yeah, I thought, oh, my God, he's going to be in, like, serious trouble. Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
end up in the
He's
hospital.
going to need his stomach pumped or something like that, and then the doctor's going to be like, hey, you have a mental disease.
That would have been awesome. You should be in the writer's room. That would have been the perfect way to end this fucking episode. But instead, he somehow finds his way with no money or underwear. Well, no, he has underwear. No money and no pants. Back to the hotel he came from.
Right. I assume he just called them.
That makes sense.
Or maybe took a cab or something.
But he has no money.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so, and that wasn't even his hotel room. Like, those girls rented that hotel room.
Yeah. Wouldn't they have had to give it a name?
Yeah, like, couldn't he call the police?
I would think so.
But I don't think he did, because he was so embarrassed. Like, whatever. You got, like, robbed. That's not embarrassing.
No.
I mean, I guess the fact that he thought he was getting laid and instead got robbed is a little embarrassing.
Well, like he said, he was out of control.
Well, yeah, at least he recognizes that. So that's supposed to be, like, the thing that shows him, like, oh, you've got a problem. But he won't talk to anybody. He won't talk to Claire or Steve or Valerie. So they call Donna and tell her to get on a plane.
Yeah.
And she walks in like she's his mother or something. Like, how could you guys let him do this? You're not being his friend.
Yeah, this is,
It's your fault.
She gives everybody a talking to.
Like, what the fuck, Donna? And then she's like, David, I'll never let anything like this happen to you ever again.
Mm-hmm.
What? Like, when did you become in charge of him? Because you're not.
And what's going on? She's like, where is he? And Valerie goes, she's in our room. And he goes, oh, our room? Which one's our room? You're not dating him. You started dating him and then you broke up. Like, I don't understand. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, and him and Valerie used to date too. So, like, they both have an equal amount of claim in that way.
Yeah, this attitude that she's taking on is weird.
Yeah. But he obviously wants her to because he's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Right.
So, whatever. I'm sure she'll get him mental help or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, we've already been through this with him with drugs.
Yep.
Now we're going through it again with, like, manic depression.
If I was Brian Austin Green, I'd be like, can I have a different storyline?
Right?
Can something else happen to me?
Can something nice happen with, like, one of the girls instead of it always being shit, too?
Right.
Like,
Very frustrating.
oh, and Ray Pruitt was there.
Yeah. Young Al Calavici from an episode of Quantum Leap, A Leap for Lisa.
I feel like
The
it was...
season 4 finale. The season 4 finale
Oh,
episode.
okay, yeah. Everybody's super nice to him, and it's irritating.
It is irritating.
He doesn't deserve
This
it.
dude was a woman abuser. And when Donna gets there, she just, like, gives him a one-armed hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
She's like, thanks for calling Ray. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And, like, Valerie hugged him when she first saw him, and, like, she watched him push Donna down the stairs.
Do none of these writers' moms or girlfriends or wives have ever been abused, and it shows.
Or at least they didn't know.
I mean, I'm glad for you guys, but, like, this is not how abusive relationships or men work.
Right.
And it's a really bad message to give to girls to be like, oh, well, they changed, though.
Right.
Where's that fiance that he had, by the way? No mention of her.
That's true. Oh, and
She's dead.
And David was inviting him to come play at the club with him, and that him and Valerie own together now because they're partners.
Please don't bring Ray back into the show.
Yeah, please. I don't wanna see him every week.
No offense to Jamie Walters, but
That would make me sad. As far as the other storylines, like there's really only 2-ish.
Donna kind of intersects with the, she's doing nothing until they call her, essentially. But yeah, there's Kelly and Mark, and that's a very brief storyline.
Yeah. He wants to get laid.
The weirdness of Brandon.
Yeah. He wants to get laid. She doesn't want to get laid. She buys him sheets. That's the story. Like, what the fuck was that whole thing?
They do a lot of kissing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These are 300 thread count.
She's acting like Donna.
She is.
It's weird.
Well, he's like, we won't have sex. I'll just hold you all night. But other parts of my body have a mind of their own. She's like, I don't want to know about that. You've had sex with other people, right?
Right. Like, why are you acting like a prude?
You were fucking about to climb on top of a drug dealer to score some cocaine. You can't go back to being a virgin after that. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, that whole storyline's weird. The one thing where it intersects with Brandon is he needs to pick up something from the station, and he sees them making out in the station, and he looks like kind of like.
Yeah, he's upset. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what means.
And then his whole storyline is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is weird. So, this redheaded woman sits down at the Peach Pit and orders a coffee, and then says, Dad brings it to her, and he's like, I don't want this. He's like, what? What is going on? She's like, I changed my mind. And then she just kind of sits, she's like, can I just sit here? He's like, sure. And the whole time, Brandon, like my dad, with some joke that no one has laughed at, repeats the same joke over and over again. Where he's talking about, Nat, it's the same old menu, and it's new prices.
So you're right.
Same Nat, new prices. You got robbed? Same story, new prices. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's the stupidest joke, and he just keeps saying it in this scene.
Yeah, that is weird. I didn't even really think about that.
So, she says that she was robbed. She came here to meet her fiance. Mm-hmm. They're going to get married. He moved out here first, I guess.
To prepare things for her?
I suppose. Yeah, he prepared some stuff.
Right.
And she got robbed at the bus station. And she doesn't know what to do. Now, this actress, I'm sorry, redheaded woman whose name I didn't look up. This actress is such a bad actress.
Oh, my God.
And this story is like one of those stories, I got robbed and I don't know where to go and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, they're getting conned.
Yeah.
And she doesn't sound believable, so they're clearly getting conned. But guess what, guys? Spoilers. Everything that happens with her, all the stuff we're about to tell you, nope. It was just, this is she's being honest the entire time.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
So Nat's like, have a complimentary breakfast on me, and we'll figure out where you're supposed to go to meet your fiance.
So, like, I'm guessing maybe she didn't want the coffee because she couldn't pay for it.
Yeah, I get, maybe she realized that she couldn't pay for
That's
it.
why she's like, I don't want
She's
this.
like, oh yeah, I don't have money.
Yeah. I mean, that would be awful to go there, not know anybody, and like lose all your money and your stuff. And
Fuck yeah.
she's very lucky that she met Brandon because he takes care of everybody. That's what he does.
She tried to follow the path to Orange County,
Right?
but it did not work out for her. Well, and that's the thing too, is that at one point, so they go to the hotel where where Phil is supposed to be staying, and he's left 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Where she's supposed to be meeting him at this hotel. So what the fuck, Phil?
And so Brandon's like, "Here's my number. This is my house." He call, if you hear from him, tell him to call this number. This is where she'll be. And she's like, wow, "Go to your house." And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I don't know. How do I know I can trust you?" And he's like, "Aren't I supposed to be the one saying that?" And it's like, no. I mean, I thought she was a con artist, so I thought you had something to be worried about. But it does turn out that she is just a lonely woman from Chagrin Falls, Ohio, birthplace of Doug Kenny. And she's new in Los Angeles. She's completely on her own. And some stranger she's never met is like, "Hey, I'll just take you to my house." Yeah, she should be worried.
Yeah, I'd be very worried. I think the whole thing's insane. And then the guy does call. So I have a question about that. Like, why is he checking back in a hotel that he has checked out of?
I don't know. Like, I assumed he was just going to disappear. But then did he feel guilty and was like, "Hey, was she there?"
Oh, maybe that. I guess that makes sense.
And so he calls, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to come over," and everything. And I'm thinking he's coming over with guns. And
They're going to rob him, yeah.
kill and rob Brandon. But instead, he comes over and he's like, "We don't get to hear this," because Brandon goes to have a phone call with Muntz.
Yeah.
Another thing that never comes back or has any bearing on it at all.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get Steve's paper and turn it in for him.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that. Steve stole Brandon's paper.
Yeah. I assume that will come into handy next episode.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then he leaves. Phil leaves, and he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, he met somebody else."
2 days after he got there. But he didn't tell her.
Right. So that's it. That's over.
Yeah. Well, and then Brandon... No, it's not that's it. That's over.
No, not the storyline's not over, but their relationship is over.
Okay. Because then later that night, they're sitting there drinking wine by candlelight on the couch. I'm like, what is happening
Brandon,
now?
Were you trying to get her to forget him? Like, what's going on?
But, like, nothing romantic happens between them at all.
No, but yeah.
It certainly had that vibe.
Set decorator was like, "This is going to look like a Cinemax movie."
It was weird. The whole thing's weird. And then Brandon buys her a ticket and sends her back to Ohio.
What's that? Emmanuel. Never heard of Emmanuel.
Only in Christmas carols?
It's like, what about Red Shoe Diaries? You familiar with the Red Shoe Diaries?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's like softcore pornography.
Like Cinemax.
Yes.
I don't pay attention to the names of those shows. You just watch the shows.
Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, she goes back to Chagrin Falls, Ohio to see Doug. No, Doug Kenny's dead. But
So, and that's it.
Yep.
Like, nothing comes of that. We'll never see her again. She's actually gone to join the bodies in the desert.
Yeah, the plane's going to crash directly on the pile.
It's so weird. Like, do they just do that to fill time?
They must.
Find something better to fill the time.
Months comes and gets the fucking papers later. And it's just like, "Hey, why do I keep doing this?" "Oh, because it's Steve Sanders. Bye."
Yeah.
Why did you have him on call? Like, why was he on the call sheet for this episode?
Brandon could have turned in Steve's paper.
They don't use their resources wisely in any way.
No, they had stuff they could have, gone with that they didn't, and stuff they went with they shouldn't have.
Anyway. But that is the episode.
It is. For better or worse.
Yeah.
So you can write us at latefee1994AOL.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yes.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.